Hello, Blast Process viewers, and welcome to our little jaunt out at the Gadget Show. And I'm here with Peter Harries, of Butcherlab Games. Make sure I get that correctly. And so your little release here, or your impending release, or your work in progress?
Work in progress. I'd say more work in progress at the moment. We're hoping to release it probably end of the year, start of next year. But yeah, we've got quite a bit to do on it yet.
Right, and it's actually called
Theo and Lizzy.
And there it is, theoandlizzy.com, in case we get it all wrong. There's the website. Right.
Visit the website.
Right. So, I've played this game already, so we'll see some footage of it in a moment, but where did the idea for this come from?
So me and my partner, we build a lot of prototype games, mess around and making little weird demos just for ourselves really. And we made one and just found that we quite enjoyed it and we quite liked how simple it is to start off with, and we showed it to a few friends and they liked it, and there's a particular story that I wanted to tell as well, so we thought we'd basically weave them together, and that was how Theo and Lizzy was born.
Yeah, I did notice there was an initial story, or lines of a story.
Yeah.
I can't reveal too much about how the game plays here, because you're best seeing it actually.
Yeah.
But I wanted to read the quotes, because there was a little bit at the end of the quote saying who said it and a date possibly, but it whizzed past.
So it says, if I remember correctly, it says, "Love is too precious to be ashamed of."
That was the one, yes.
So basically, the story is of Theo, who lives on the ground with all his friends and family, and his girlfriend Lizzy, who lives on the ceiling with all her friends and family, and there's a rift between the two peoples. Theo obviously learns he can flip upside down to be with Lizzy, but their relationship is sort of, looked frowned upon by both sides because they don't mix.
Well, the land dwellers and the ceiling dwellers.
Yes, exactly. That's how I might nick that. Anyway, so Lizzy runs away because of this after a confrontation with her mother, and you play as Theo running after her, using your ability to sort of navigate the obstacles in the levels, which in the demo is some horrible red spikes.
Yeah.
And
they are red and they're horrible.
To impale you. But that's how the story, the game is how that story plays out. So
right. So far, how far along do you think you are in production-wise?
It is very early days for us.
Yes.
So we have been in development for about 3 or 4 months, part-time. I'm going on to it full-time now. And yeah, we've got a lot to flesh out. I couldn't give you an exact sort of percentage or anything, but at the start. Because
I've had to play of it already, and it's more just a proof of concept, isn't it? Because some attention has been applied to it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, we're taking it out to see what people think, and the feedback's been good so far. I mean, we were always intending to carry on developing it, but this is the sort of first playable chunk that would make sense to give to other people without having us saying, "Oh, this is supposed to be this, and this is supposed to do this."
Yes.
So
the visual clues are in place. There's a narrative put down.
Yeah.
And there's a mechanic you can actually pick up and play with.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
And yeah, it's going well. So
it's going well. And this is for what? Butcherlab Games.
Butcherlab, yeah.
It's explain.
So Ollie, again, my partner, he's the guy who came up with the name. And so we were sort of talking about what we're going to call ourselves, what we're going to do, and he was like, Butcherlab. And I was like, what, why? And he said, well, making a game, you're sort of chopping bits up and mixing things together and slicing things and seeing, and then putting it all back together and seeing what happens. And he was like, so that's where butcher and lamb, you sort of get the sort of things merged together to make this word, and that's what happened. And I drew a logo and we were like, yep, that looks good.
Yes, I was trying to work out what I was looking at. I could see the logo.
So it's a meat cleaver and a test tube.
I see it now. I was looking at the actual silhouettes rather than the orange. I couldn't figure it out.
But yeah, lots of chopping and smashing things together and then going, oh, it doesn't work, and throwing it away. That's the sort of premise for it anyway.
Excellent. Well, we shall footage that shortly. I quite like it.
Yay! Mega Drive. Definitely Mega Drive. That's what I had when I was a kid. and I loved it. And I bugged my parents for it. You don't look too happy about this answer. Are you a Nintendo man?
I'm a Nintendo man.
Oh, my friend had a Nintendo and it was good. Wasn't as good as the Mega Drive. But Sonic 2 plugged into the top of Sonic and Knuckles. Not convinced.
So there you go. That's the answer.